we've had native live on the platform for about a year, and these are some of the things that we have really taken away from that experience, and a lot of the stuff that we've heard from our clients. And so I think number one is thinking holistically. We talked about how the media consumption patterns have changed for just your average consumer or your married tech dads of the world. And I think the future of media buying is omnichannel insights and the ability to deliver messages across these devices, full stop, the end. I think that's what matters the most, is being able to have a conversation and deliver a story to a consumer across all of these devices that we engage with on a daily basis. I think most of us have a roughly similar profile to what I do. We all have a phone, we all have probably an iPad or a laptop, and probably have some type of over-the-top mechanism through which we watch long-form video content, which Doug will talk about in a minute. But identifying all of the channels and formats that are best suited for that and speaking to someone in that environment is super important. So you have to look at this holistically and understand how my video campaign affects my mobile campaign. And being able to understand that is really critical to the future of how things will work in the media buying world. And this is incredibly important to native as well. So, number two, take the consumer's perspective. I can't underscore this point enough, because I think the basic rule, for this is kind of the old golden rule, right? Treat your audience how you would want to be treated as a consumer. So as you think about this as a media buyer or a media owner, how do I engage with that person? Think about how you would like to be engaged with. And I think people continue to make this mistake of trying to interrupt people's day. But that doesn't really work, I don't think, anymore, because we are existing in the world and consuming media in a far different way than we used to 25 years ago, where we would sit down at the end of the day with this expressed intent to watch something on television or listen to something on the radio or whatever it is. Now we're taking those experiences with us throughout the day, and so understanding that from a consumer perspective is incredibly important. And also, we talked about clicks earlier, and clicks are no longer really this sole indication that your ad resonated with someone. I think you can reach someone in a really, really emotionally effective way through a native ad that's really embedded into the site and hopefully is communicating a valuable message, or an audio ad through Spotify, or a sight, sound, and motion ad through Hulu. I think you can be really effective on how you do that. And so approach the campaign thinking about how you would engage with the ad. Number three, do your homework. This is also really important. We see this happen all the time, which is that not all sites are created equal. So when you're thinking about native, it's amazing because the flexibility of the ad unit and the assets that we deliver to the page are flexible enough to where they can be delivered in a bunch of different environments, but not all of the pages are laid out the same. And so a lot of times some of this stuff can land a little flat on the page. And so I think it's important to understand the environment that you're serving in, whether it's mobile or desktop, and also understand how that page is laid out so that your ad can communicate effectively to the consumer. Because the ad's success really does rely on how well it kind of blends into that environment and communicates a message that hopefully is kind of interesting to that consumer.